My name is Inga Springe. I've been working as a journalist, I'm now 34, since 16. And my employer, officially, I'm founder, co-founder and director of the Baltic Center for Investigative Journalism, Baltica, which is the first and only non-profit investigative journalism organization in Baltic countries. This is when you try to dig out something when someone is trying to hide some information. But I would also include under investigative journalism term also analytical or explanatory journalism, because sometimes you even don't have to dig out something. Facts might be out there, but you just put them together and then you deliver to the society, and then you see, wow, actually what's happening. Like this social inequality project, it wasn't like kind of investigative journalism, but we did what nobody did before. We read, for example, World Bank's reports or IMF reports, by then to get really strong and powerful material. It's important. Yes, it is important, but I wouldn't say that there is kind of big demand for this. Otherwise, right. Still there would be like kind of more support for investigative journalism from society. It depends maybe mostly on the stories journalists are working on, but I think that the largest part of Latvian society don't appreciate qualitative journalism because they don't know what is qualitative journalism. They don't trust, but they trust journalists more than to governments. They don't trust the government at all. Because I can't different. I just can't different. I can't. When I see all this what's happening, this, in my opinion, injustice, I just can't stand and just watch this. I wanna go and fight for this, or I wanna explain people. You know, it's not normal that, like yesterday, that the biggest part of charity, what we donate in Latvia, goes to sports, and the least part goes to education, for example. I mentioned that this social inequality project, it got really huge response, and everyone was discussing this after we published the story, and Prime Minister announced this as a priority to diminish social inequality of 2013. They established special working group. Less analytical, really like good quality journalism. It's all the level of journalism quality goes down, like even for newspaper articles or like for these online websites, it's really bad journalism. I would say the main thing, like everywhere, the money. I think this is the main one. And after comes the passion. So far, as a director of the Center of Baltica, I face, for me, the main problem is that I don't have enough skilled people, like journalists, who could do these investigations. I don't think they kind of separate journalism from investigative journalism. For them, I don't know, it's very hard to do investigative pieces. It's just journalism for them. But society likes heroes. They like, especially if you work on TV, so public loves such journalists. And if you know how to ask tough questions, and sometimes you're aggressive, again, people love you because you are the hero. It's a very important task in Latvia for the last few years already, self-censorship. Sometimes journalists, even good journalists, independent journalists, honest journalists, they just don't report on maybe some issues because they know that the people behind might sue them. I'm sometimes very, very cautious about what I'm writing, but yeah, maybe I cannot remember like a more specific case, because really if I see that there is something bad, then I can just, I'm ready, okay, let's go for court if there will be need. But I have been sued several times while I was working for a newspaper, so I know the arguments they made. So always when I'm writing a story, I already know what I will tell in court about this fact in court, or this or this or this. I'm thinking a lot about this. It's classical standards. You don't take money, you are objective, you ask all parts for information. In Estonia it's better because they have kind of this media ombuds, where if someone is disappointed with media, you can go to this and they will like resolve dispute. In Latvia we don't have anything like this. You go to the court. I think I told everything.